Hello, and welcome to Maximum Fitness. My name's Jeremy Dahm. We're here at the Livonia Senior Center off of 5 Mile in Farmington, and today's episode is called Nothing But Balls. As you see behind me, the various balls that we're going to be working with today. Stability ball, slammer ball, just a few other balls, and I'm going to teach you guys how to use them. We're going to get started. The first ball we're going to start off with is called, right here, a swing core ball. It even says it on the ball. And what we're going to start off with is called a high knee lunge with a torso twist. As you see, I got both hands holding on to the ball because it's got handles on here, which makes this a unique ball because it's easy to stabilize the ball in front of you while using this ball. You're going to notice other medicine balls like the one I have behind me right there. You could just grab the ball and just palm the ball, but this one, it's got handles, which makes it easier to use. That's why I bought this ball. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go into a high knee lunge with the torso twist. I'm going to lunge forward with my right leg, and then I'm going to take my arms to the opposite direction as I twist my torso and work the external and internal obliques. And you're going to notice I'm going to come back, pressing. And when you lunge forward, you got to remember, when you lunge forward, you have the weight in the heel of the front foot and the ball of the back foot equally distributed. You don't want to put the pressure on the ball of the foot because that in turn puts too much pressure on the knee, and we don't want that. So you're just going to go into that torso twist like this. So we're going to start off with this right now, and we're going to do 10 on each leg. So here we go. It's back and forth from one leg to the other. You see, when I lunge forward with the right leg, I'm go to the left. When I lunge forward with the left leg, I go to the right. This is 5. We got 5 more. 6, 7, 8, 9. This is our 10th one. As you notice, I'm going to stop here for a moment. When I'm lunging down, another good thing to remember, I'm holding this. This isn't easy right now as I'm on my 10th rep, but I'm going to make sure this thigh is parallel to the floor and the back leg is also parallel to the floor, which here is my shin. And I'm on the ball of foot, equally distributed on my heel. The weight is equally distributed on my heel and on the ball of my foot. And another thing, you want to be able to look down. You don't want your knee to go past the toe. So in line with the toes or slightly behind the toes. We're going to finish off with that last rep. That's a good exercise with good form. Okay, I'm going to set this ball down. We're going to go right into our next exercise, which is called a push-up with a knee drive. I'm just going to continue on with this ball here. You see the handles? Check this out. I can actually use this ball for this one. It's called a push-up with the knee drive. I can do this. You notice I had a place to put my hands on this ball, but I prefer the other ball, which is a bit more challenging, which is a standard medicine ball. When I do this one, I just have to position my hands like so on the side of the ball. So you're going to take your chest all the way down to that ball if you can, or as close as you can. Then you come up and then drive both knees in for 1 rep, just like that. We're going to do this 20 times. That's 3, 4, 5, 6. Remember, this is an advanced exercise, guys. 7, you got to have good upper body strength, good tri strength. But not only am I working my chest and my upper body, I'm also getting that core going, you know? Getting that hip flexion down low, really working those abs. And I'm breathing. I'm not holding my breath. I want to breathe out on the way up and in on the way down. Starting to burn. 14. 15, see the hands are starting to slip in, readjust your hands, go right back at it. Last one. Excellent. The next one we're going to go into is called a slammer ball. A squat. It's called a slammer ball squat with a catch. Look, if you look right here, this ball is different than other balls. I mean, look at that. The ball don't bounce, but all of a sudden, you know, I take this ball. See how I got a bounce? Well, that's what's unique about this ball, because it makes me have to go deep with the squat. And how I'm gonna do this is I'm gonna go wide-legged, take my feet at approximately almost a 45-degree angle, but you just wanna make sure you're wide-legged, beyond hip width apart. You're gonna take the ball all the way over the head, slam down, catch, keeping the weight in my heels, keeping my chin level, my eyes straight forward. Did you notice when I caught that ball, I wasn't looking down? When I look down, wherever my head goes, my body follows. Then all of a sudden the weight's gonna go on the heels, on the balls of my feet, and then my form's gonna be all messed up. I don't want that. So when you do this, you start up top, keep the weight in your heels, slam down, catch, press through the heels on the way up. It's an explosive exercise. You just like that, down and up. We're gonna do 20 reps of this slammer ball squat with the catch. Remember, just feeling for it. You're not looking down. Once you got your placement, eyes forward, chin up, and concentrate on your form. Here we go, 20 reps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 feels good, don't it? 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Good job. The next exercise we're gonna go into also has got some slamming. But remember, like I showed you before, that ball barely bounces at all. This ball does. So I'm not gonna be squatting on this exercise. What I'm gonna be really doing is slamming this ball down, taking it all the way above my head, down, and just slamming it like that and catching it. Slam and catch. It's what this exercise is called, the slam and catch. And it's explosive movement. You work your back, you know, it's a power move. And when you're doing a power move, it's maximal effort and minimal amount of time, but with good form. Okay, let's go for 20 reps here. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, explode, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Awesome. That's circuit number 1. We're gonna take a break. I gotta catch my breath. We'll be right back. Welcome back. We're gonna go into circuit number 2, incorporating some stability ball, which is right here, and some just regular old medicine ball right here. We're gonna get started with what I call a prone stability ball crunch. First of all, I'm going to get in the prone position, just like this. And what I'm going to do is put both feet up on the ball, on the stability ball. I got to balance myself properly. And then also what I'm going to do is once I'm up there and I'm stable, I'm going to bring my knees in towards my chest, just like this. So first of all, you get both feet up there. Make sure you're able to stabilize while you're on the ball. Position your hands out on the side like this. It tends to be easier on the wrist if you position your hands like this rather than like this. So we'll get started. We're just going to do 20 reps. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. That's your prone stability ball crunch. Next, we're gonna go into our standard stability ball crunch. The one you all know burns a lot, if done correctly. The old trick here is good form, okay? A lot of people tend to do this wrong. They tend to do standard crunches wrong. But I'm gonna teach you the proper way of doing a stability ball crunch. First of all, when you roll forward on this, you're gonna come forward, just like so. And you just want the small of your back on the ball. Now you don't want your upper back and your shoulders to be on the ball like that, because now you start trying to crunch up and then you have no resistance. That tends to be one of the #1 mistakes individuals make. So you just want to roll back, create that resistance with your shoulders and upper back off the ball, put your elbows flat, chin to the ceiling. And what you never do is interlock your hands. People always want to interlock their hands and start yanking on their neck. Guess what? That's wrong and that's cheating, because you're taking resistance off the abs by yanking on your neck. You're helping yourself out by cheating. You don't want to do that. You want a complete isolation on the abdomen. So I'm going to start. We're just going to do 25 reps here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Woo, man, does that start to burn. My face is probably red as a beet. Anyways, we're gonna move on to our next exercise. We're gonna put the stability ball back and grab the standard medicine ball. Remember, keeping your workout area clear, minimal amount of things in the area makes it more safe. We're gonna grab our standard medicine ball and we're gonna go into a squat, into a medicine ball overhead press, okay? Notice I got my feet hip width apart. I'm gonna take the medicine ball closer to my chest, like so. The thing to remember when you're doing that, when you're keeping it close to your chest and you go into a squat, it helps you keep the spine in a neutral position, so you don't have as much room for error by going in an excessive forward lean or tilting or looking down at your feet, which causes you to lean on putting the pressure on the balls of your feet, which is bad. So keep that ball on close to your chest. Try not to crush my mic right here. Okay, just keep that chin level or eyes straight forward. Keep the weight in the heels. Breathe out on the way up and breathe in on the way down. We'll just go for 10 reps here. Squat down, keep the weight in the heels. Breathe out on the way up, breathe in on the way down. That's 2, 3, 4, and also remember 5. Don't go no more than parallel to the floor with the thighs, like this. That's parallel right there. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Excellent. That's circuit number 2. We'll be back with circuit number 3 in a minute. Welcome back. We're going to move on to circuit number 3. As you notice, I'm holding one of my medicine balls in my hand, the standard ball, and then I have the core swing core ball down below, and just these two pieces of equipment are what we're going to use for our next 3 exercises. So this next one here, I'm going to go into my hover into an overhead tricep extension, which looks like this. I'm going to hover down. I'm going to keep the weight in my heels, predominantly in my heels, and I'm going to go into the overhead tricep extension like this. But I'm going to keep my arms in close to my head and then come up with the ball. You could generally do 10 to 20 reps here. We're just going to shoot for 10 today. then we're going to move on to our next exercise. So let's hover. Let's take that ball up and behind the head and take it down and hover and go into that overhead tricep extension. 10 reps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Starts to burn. 8 in those legs. 9 and 10. Awesome. We're going to move on to our next exercise, which we're going to grab our swing core ball. This is an advanced core exercise here. You're going to notice I'm going to use those handles, which makes this much more efficient. I'm going to come off the floor with my feet like so, and I'm just going to go back and forth. And we're going to do this one for 1 minute, starting now. It starts to burn. It works the external and internal obliques. It's a great exercise. And this ball that I have in my hand makes it a lot more smooth while doing this exercise. But you can't escape the burn. Halfway there. Ten seconds left. Keep it going. Four, 3, 2, and 1. That's 1 minute. We're all done. Now we're going to move on to our next exercise, which is called the medicine ball wood chopper. Go ahead and grab my standard medicine ball. The thing to remember with this one is very similar to chopping wood. That's why it's called the wood chopper. I'm going to go with my legs just beyond hip width apart. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the ball up top like this, and I'm going to come down like that. Like a forceful type motion. Then I'm going to stop, then I'm come up again, and then take that ball back down again, just like that. But you're going to notice my back leg, I'm pivoting off the ball of my foot while this foot's staying stationary, which this is called taking my hips and my body into triple extension, which helps the core fire properly to generate enough power into doing this exercise properly. So here we go. We'll take that ball up. We'll shoot for 15 on each side. Start off with the right side. Ready, set, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, man, I'm feeling that in my obliques. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Great, that's one side. If done properly, when I'm coming into that twist, I'm gonna feel that on my left side by swinging from right to left. Now I'm gonna go to the opposite direction, swinging from left to right. Ready? And go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Awesome. Great set of the medicine ball wood chopper. That takes care of circuit number 3. We're going to take a break and we'll be right back. Welcome back to a special segment of this video. We're going into a special senior segment that also is for beginner and novice people while working out. And we're going to get started with an exercise called the medicine ball squat to overhead press. Medicine ball chair squat to overhead press, to be exact. I'm going to hold this ball in close to the chest My legs are going to be hip width apart. I'm going to look down, make sure my knees are in line with the toes or slightly behind them. Drawing that stomach before we fire up that lower body. Make sure you hold that ball in close. Press through your heels and breathe out on the way up and breathe in on the way down. But you're going to go into that overhead press. So you're going to take it all the way back down, press through the heels, go into the overhead press just like that. Nice and slow, you know, and concentrate. You know, until you get better, you can mess with your tempo a little bit and go a little bit faster. I'm going to recommend 10 to 20 reps. I'm going to do 10 for you guys right now. So let's get started. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, almost done. 9, and 10. There we go. That's exercise number 1 of this circuit. Now we're going to take it down to the chair and we're going to go into what I call an overhead tricep extension. If you'd like to offer yourself more stability, you can take your back all the way to the back of that chair and then take your ball all the way above the head. And just take the ball down, keeping the elbows in close to the head. Just take the ball down until your arms are about parallel to the floor, your forearms, which right here. Okay, so we're gonna keep those arms in close and go down and all the way up. We'll go for 10 reps, let's begin. Remember, stay breathing, don't hold your breath on any exercise. 4. Concentrate and tune into the muscle you're working, which are your triceps through the back of the arms. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. There, that's a good set for you. Should be feeling that right here. That's your tricep. And we're going to stand up on this exercise. This is called the curl to overhead press. You're going to take the ball just like this, just holding it, you know, just like that. Elbows in close to the side. And we're going to do this one like this, curl to overhead press. It doesn't have to be a heavy ball. This is only 3 kilograms, which amounts to 6.6 pounds. And then we're going to do 10 to 20 reps with this one too. So keep your arms in close, curl to overhead press. We'll go for 10 here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, remember to tune into those muscles you're working. 7, to those biceps and shoulders. 8, 9, and 10. That ends circuit number 1. We're going to take a break and we'll be right back. And welcome back to circuit number 2. We're going to get started with something I call the stability ball crunch. Just like this. Now, being that this is for seniors, beginners, and novice individuals, we want to take into account that this stability ball may require more stabilization because being that it's a round object and it's a little wobbly for some people, so individuals that have stabilization problems may want to take this exercise to the floor. But first of all, I'm going to start off showing you how to do this exercise on the ball. So what you're going to do is you're going to roll out just on the small of your back, just like I showed you if you're watching the video earlier with the advanced and individuals, that you just take this on the small of your back, you take your elbows flat, your chin to the ceiling, and you just crunch up, just like that. Squeeze at the top, contracting those abs. Okay, we're gonna get started with that exercise. We're gonna do 10 reps. Here we go. Remember, you don't wanna hold your breath. 2. Elbows flat, chin to the ceiling. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. The reason I say elbows flat and chin to the ceiling is because you want complete isolation when doing that exercise. Now we're going to take it down to the floor. This is for individuals that may not feel comfortable up on the ball, that have stabilization and balance issues. Now we're going to go down, make sure our small of our back is right right on that mat. Because if it's not, you're gonna, some people have a shelf and you can get your hand up underneath there. You have a possibility of injuring yourself if you're not down on the floor the right way. So you want to take your legs up in the tabletop. This is what I recommend with all my clients. You're going to put your hands again on the side of your head, not interlocking those fingers, which is bad because you start yanking on that neck and you can hurt yourself. Elbows flat, chin to the ceiling. Let's do this for 10 reps. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Great. That ends that exercise. Now we're going to move on to our next one. This exercise, again, this is going to be on the stability ball. This is a good one even for beginners and novice individuals, and even works well with people with balance issues because guess what? We're just sitting down. We're all pretty good at sitting down. And so I'm going to grab a stability ball. And as I take a seat, I'm going to have this stability ball out in front of me. My legs are going to be beyond hip width apart. Bringing them in closer, I don't have as much stabilization, so I want to go a little wider. And I want to put my hands out in front of me with just a slight bend in my arms. I'm going to go into a torso twist. So this is called a stability ball torso twist. Just like this, back and forth. And what we're doing is trying to incorporate those external and internal obliques right on the sides here into the exercise. So again, a slight bend in the elbows. Let's go into that exercise. We're just going to do 10 reps on each side. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You notice how I'm stopping in the middle before I go into the other side. 7, 8, 9. Again, tune into those muscles you're working. And the last one, number 10. Great. And that's the end of our stability ball torso twist. Now we're going to go into our next exercise, which is called a wall push-up. I move my rack of weights out of the way, nice and easy here. Remember, like I said before, the less stuff you have on the floor around the area you're working out, the more safer it's going to be. We're going to take our ball about chest height. Make sure you put each hand on each side of the ball and stand fairly close to the ball to get used to the way it feels. And remember, when doing this exercise, your feet, if they're further away from the wall, it makes it harder. If they're closer, it's easier. You always want to start off an exercise easier because it's safer and there's less risk for injury. So let's go ahead and go into this exercise just like so. See how I'm stopping right before I get to the ball? See, what a lot of people do is they'll bounce off the ball. Well, that's not good because you got momentum in your favor. So you want to stop and you want to keep constant tension on that muscle. So we're going to go for 10 to 20 reps, but today we're going to do 10. So here we go. Go down. We're going to breathe out on the way up and then in on the way down. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Remember, tune into that chest. You're working those muscles in the chest. 7, 8, 9, and 10. That wraps it up. We finished up with another Maximum Fitness video. Thank you for joining me. My name's Jeremy Dahm. Make it a great and healthy day.